Hello, everybody. Getting settled in to do a little bit of oxygen not included again tonight. And I thought I would see if anybody was around wanting to see it, and then stream it. So, just gonna listen to some chill music while I work on my boiler some more. This has been a really long project for me. I've been trying to get this to work for quite some time. Okay, so this is done now. I had some problems with, while building this steam turbine system, I had some polluted oxygen that got out. So I had to pump it back out of this room. But this room's a vacuum again. So I worked on this a little more for my video this afternoon, but I didn't have a lot of time, but I just did a little bit of tweaking and tinkering there. What I did after the stream last night is I let this run for a good bit of time, and I had the polluted water coming in to do the cool line, and then I was trying to use the cold water here as a buffer to create a continuing cooling loop inside the boiler, and the hope was to do it that way so that I didn't have to use any other mid to late game technology, and this could be like a boiler you set up really early game. Didn't work out that way. It worked, but only the caveat was that you could only produce as much water as cold polluted water as you had to put in to the boiler, and since this has an average output of 1.2 kilograms per second. That's the amount of water I can get through it. And I have a little over 10 kilograms per second I want to process. So my solution is I built a steam turbine system here. I have supercoolant pulled down along the floor as a coolant solution for keeping the steam turbines cooled, because this is in a vacuum environment. So I need something for the heat to transfer into. And then I have a supercoolant loop coming through here to keep everything cool. That all works great. So that now goes through this heat, this counter exchanger for the heat. So I have the supercoolant comes in here, it goes up across the top of this room. So when it leaves here, it's as cold as it possibly can be. It hits here, and so the top of this room is getting the coldest fluid I can give it. And then that comes through down to here, and it comes back through, and it flows the whole way through the heat exchanger, back up here, and back into our buffer. And then from here, it goes through the steam turbines, cools them down, goes back in to be cooled off again. So right now, this is down to 40 degrees. I have it set with a goal to get it down to 15. It's still going to get there. I cut off the water input into the boiler because this had overflowed from having so much steam that had built up, and now I have gotten it to the point where this is all good. This is back to where it should be. There's actually not enough water in here for it to be pumping any water out. So as soon as I add water in and it steams up, it should turn into water coming out. And I wanted to let it run a little while like this so I get this water at a manageable temperature. So right now the water in here is at 40 degrees. 40 degrees is kind of the high end of where I want it to be. And so I'm going to let it keep running now. And I'm going to introduce some hot water and see what happens to that temperature. So now this is kind of janky here for the moment, but this is the line coming from the polluted water vents. So this is coming in at minus 10 degrees. Doesn't look like potion research. Oh, for Terraria? Yeah, I'm trying to get a video done. That is on my list of things to do too before Sunday. How you doing, Sai? So this is coming in minus 9, which means that this is going to be the coldest possible water we're dealing with. So this, what I'm trying to see here is are we going to have any issues with this turning into steam at our current temperature here? And it looks like it's not causing any issues. It's flashing steam pretty quickly. And that's good. So that's the coldest possible temperature that we're going to get in the system. Let's let that run for a little bit, and we can see the steam is coming out pretty quickly. This supercoolant loop is cooling it down really quickly, and it's turning into water, and that's flowing down here. So this water's still at 40 degrees for now, and this is climbing up, or it should be climbing up for its pressure. Let's see. Probably going to take a few minutes, but because it's got to build up steam in these rooms. Oh, I have polluted oxygen in here. Oh, because I took these out because I was done with that. That was dumb. Let's fix that. Polluted oxygen. You love disturbing me while I'm doing stuff. Well, you're very, very good at it. This should not be an issue because I have these rooms too wide for the duplicants to get through, so the polluted oxygen will be fine. I'm not worried about it. And it'll all condense itself down into here and I can deal with it later. So I had these tiles removed so that the polluted oxygen could build up here, and I filled them in because I wasn't using polluted oxygen or polluted water anymore. So I wasn't having polluted oxygen. In the long term, it shouldn't be an issue because if I keep the thing running, the steam should pressurize this so the polluted water shouldn't be able to off-gas. But it off-gas just the tiniest amount here. And so we got a couple hundred micrograms and even less than 100 micrograms in this chamber. Alright, so let's remove this. Any more polluted oxygen should build up at the top there. And we can probably deal with it like we did before by letting it vent out, but I think it shouldn't be a problem. I Was Here is for hardcore, and I will be back to hardcore, and we will get to use the I Was Here title, I promise. Okay, so I want to see this. I want to see this start to build some water up in here before I switch anything else on, because I want to see what temperature water starts coming out once this gets pressurized. The issue is I don't know how much backlog I have for the polluted water here. This polluted water comes from here up to here and from over here. So this is our only source for that. And this only is pumping out actually show me the geyser. Come on. This is pumping out at, right now, at 4.5 kilograms per second, but it only erupts half the time, 270 seconds out of every 542, and it's active now, but so I'm gonna only be getting polluted water out of here half of the day. Looks like we had a lot built up so that this is being blocked. So hopefully we can get this pumped out of here enough. Oh no. We're good. The bottom part has 1,000 kilograms, which makes sense. Top part's under 100, which means there's plenty of space for this to pump out polluted water. And when this goes active in 0.4 cycles, it'll pump it out as fast. It's true, I guess this game is a little more hardcore, but I can kill people in this one. I can't kill people in Minecraft or it's over. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. You may continue to disturb my peace all night long. I enjoy the company. Okay, so is this needs to reach 500 before it'll go out. So it is climbing up now, which means that the steam has worked its way down. And the temperature of this water is 37, which is below my target threshold, so that's good. That means it's going down. It should keep cooling down even farther now that we have water going in the system because the supercoolant will cool down. But what we don't want to see is the total temperature here rising. And it is rising. We'll have to let it go for a little while and see if it is okay. These are running. I'm concerned that these might be not enough steam turbines to handle the amount of heat we're dumping in here, because we are pulling heat in, and we haven't even started dumping the hot water in yet. So I guess it doesn't matter. You probably, realistically, I don't know how that would work. If I'm putting in cold water and it's boiling to steam, would that be releasing more steam heat than if I put in hot water? I guess it's the same either way. The steam reaches 97 degrees. The only way to really tell is to put in some hot water, I guess. But so now we have cold water coming out, and that's going to go up to our tank up at the top of the world, which we now have filled like half full. But we've gotten this tank fairly cool. We still have, this is at 56 degrees, so this cold water coming in will actually cool this down now. Do we have any coming out yet? It'll come out of this vent here. How far down do we have to go before we see water coming up? There's a tiny bit. Alright, well, we'll let that go and we'll check in on the temperature of that later. So this is pumping out water, but it's doing it in small increments because we're only putting small increments in. So let's do... this line is coming in from my mixed water tank. And a lot of it is water, so you might wonder, why am I putting water into a boiler to clean it? And I'm not trying to pull salt or dirt out of it. Polluted water I get dirt out of, salt water I get salt out of. This I'm just trying to pull the temperature out of. Because this water is coming from my geysers at like 95 degrees. It averages out to 70 after the coolant I do up there. But so I'm dumping it in here so that the boiler will boil it up and this system will delete the heat and hopefully send water out eventually at 25 degrees is our goal. I mean, we're still at 36 now, but we're still cooling down. So we're gonna let that run for a while, dump it in hot water, and see what happens to this. This looks like it's still climbing, but it's not climbing as fast. So maybe it's balancing out. We might need to put in a third steam turbine if these get to the point where they're blocking up and not handling this steam. This steam's at like 175. So I could definitely put a third steam turbine in. I might just do that. Let's see. I would need 5 more spaces to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could probably easily put in 2 more. Let's do it like that. Because I have this sealed up here, if I build the steam chamber and build this section over, I can, and I have a vacuum out here, I can then just crack this wall open and handle it that way. Yeah, because this is still going up. And if this coolant is going up here, that means eventually this water is going to get hotter. And I don't want it to get hotter, I want it to get colder. It's kind of trippy having a coolant system right above the magma lake. I can actually probably build. Need to leave 1 block so they can get in here to build this floor. And then I can build, oops. This section I'm building a roof on because eventually I want to fill it up with hydrogen to help increase the cooling on the steam turbines. You go check in on the Gorgani colony for a minute while that gets built. I've thought about also sending over the water from this colony to the boiler, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Nazier blue suit, sure, why not? I don't have any of those on this side right now. Problem is here, I don't have a significant heat source to create a boiler. I could probably create one using the heat from one of these volcanoes, but eventually I want to build these volcanoes to be sources for refined metals. This I could open up now that I have it sealed. My thought was I was going to use this carbon dioxide coming out of this vent to do a couple of things. One is it comes out really hot, and so I was going to use that heat to warm this place up, because this colony is still very cold. It's getting some heat built up here, but not a lot. But then I was also going to use that heat to heat up this area so that my slicksters could continue to be slicksters and provide me oil on this colony. But I didn't get that far. Because oil is what I could use for things like this. This system here stopped working because it's hot enough, it gets hot enough in here that the water I had in here boiled off, which means that the seal I had here, so that the infinite natural gas chamber worked, stopped. And eventually I'm going to have to address that because the natural gas is being used to cook my food, the surf and turf. Yeah, let's crack this open. And then we'll put... Problem is that's 500 degrees. It's gonna come out at 500 degrees. Well, I'm gonna crack it open, see what temperature it actually ends up being once it's all said and done. If it is 500 degrees, I'm gonna have to come up with a way to cool it as soon as it comes out. At least some. because my pumps won't even be able to handle that. Let's see, if I made a vent here and I made a gas pump, best I could do is make it out of steel, and steel overheats at 225 degrees. We can analyze this now. Set for analyze. And if I can get this area to warm up, I could bring slicksters over again. The problem is I put slicksters in here, they stop having slicksters because this environment is really cold carbon dioxide. And if you have slicksters laying eggs, they lay long-haired slicksters, one of the mutation versions, because of the temperature that they're born in, and those won't eat the carbon dioxide like they're supposed to. See how this is all built up with carbon dioxide now. Why is this pump not pumping? Oh, because it's blocked. Oh, well, that's a problem. Didn't realize I cut this one off. Send it through. Everything's going over to the main colony for storage because this room is pressurized. But yeah, so the main thing I want to get out of here is heat. Okay, back to the main colony. That's a distraction. We'll do something with it eventually. What's this temperature like? Now it's up to 52. This water has climbed up to 38. And it's climbing. We're getting more water coming out though, that's a good thing. This design is just about big enough to handle all the water that comes in. I probably will need just a little more, and so what I'll have to do is extend this by 2 blocks so I can put a second pump in here and have a second line for water, because I'm going to be pumping just over 10k. But what I'll probably do is just limit it just to 10k and leave it here, and then we'll end up with a backlog of water somewhere. I have the line set for water coming in. Right now I have 2 different ones because I was thinking about making it separate, but they all come into this system here. It prioritizes, this line is separate, this line, input line, comes up here. This line is a secondary priority, so that's the salt water. First priority is the line above. Then it goes to here. The secondary priority is the water coming from this geyser. Yeah, the water coming from this geyser is a secondary priority. Primary priority is above. And that goes all the way up to here. This is our secondary priority. The first priority is the water above. That goes up. This one comes across to here, and it gets water from this storage tank. This storage tank gets water in from this line, and this line comes over here. There's 2 priorities here. This water coming up from down here is from this geyser, and then the primary priority goes this way and down this way to here. Secondary priority is the water coming out of our power station. First priority comes down here, and it is the wastewater coming out of our bathroom. So the bathroom will always take priority. That water will go first. If there's none coming in, then it pulls water from here. If there's none coming in from here, then it leaves a gap and water comes in from here, and so forth through all the geysers down to the bottom. And so when it backs up, which it eventually will, the last thing to back up will be my bathrooms. And we'll have to figure out what we do with then. But it'll probably take 4,000 cycles for that to happen. Because it backs up a very tiny bit over a very long period of time. I think the total... down. The total is 10,285.2 water, but that doesn't include the water from the power plant or the wastewater from the dupes. So probably 500 or 600 grams a second will back up in the system if it's running when it's running fully, and that's all average output. So eventually it'll back up, but each of these blobs is 10 kilograms, so it would take 20 seconds to fill each one up, and it has to fill this whole line up, and it has to fill the line all the way up here up, and then it has to fill all the way to here, and then it has to fill all 4 of these tanks that are 5,000 kilograms with water, and then it will start backing up the line towards the power plant. So this is kind of an indicator. When this starts to back up, I know I gotta do something about it. I may at some point hook an alarm up to it or something. I don't know. This can go... So I'm only going to stream until 2 o'clock tonight. It'll only be an hour and a half long stream, because I have to do some stuff before I go to bed. And I have a long day tomorrow too. Looking for some music that's not quite so chill. Let me know if that's too loud for you, or if it's too quiet. Definitely think I'm going to need more coolant here. We're gonna have to move this battery down and this down to make space for the new steam turbines. We're also gonna have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Oh, no, that's not right. Oh, I did that wrong. Darn it. Well, what am I doing? This is not even right at all. None of this is right. Let me think here. So, if I'm putting another steam turbine next to this one, just like that one, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This line down will be the exhaust. I don't want this to be ceramic. I don't want this to be ceramic. And then you can use this. Cool. And then this radiant pipe will come up over here, and then it'll go down. Just to here. And then this pipe will connect like this to here. But this actually won't be radiant because it's going through the roof. It doesn't need to be. So we'll make it insulated. Perfect. Did I go too far here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, hold on. Well, that was silly of me. I went one block too far because I was not counting the block here. Keep myself awake. I'm okay with some techno every once in a while. You want something different? You give me a request. I'll be your DJ. I'll even play your country if you want. Well, I can do the stations I have are alternative, ambient, blues, calming cinematics, chill, chill bass, chill EDM, chill guitars, chill jazz, chill piano, chill pop, chiptune, classical, classic rock, country, disco, drum and bass, EDM, electro swing, emo, epic, folk, funk, happy EDM, happy holidays, hard dance, hip hop, house grooves, hype bangers, hype bass, indie, industrial, jazz, Latin pop, lo-fi, love bug, main character, meditation, melodic bass, metal, polka, pop, punk, R&B, reggae, rock, ska, spooky, synthwave, techno, the elevator, the lounge, traditional Latin, trance, upbeat dance, VHS, world, and yacht rock. Bass, gotcha. Oop, that's not bass. Why you don't do the thing? This is chill bass. If this is not your liking, we can try hype bass. That's more like, it says the description is face melting dubstep and hard bass music. That's what I'm gonna do next here. I want to finish this tile. Oh, I put all this in at high priority. Make your priority 7 for everything except for this tile right here. Once this tile's put in, I can put in these 3, and then I can crack open the walls. You go, little dude. Finish it. Oh, got 90% of the way done and then he ran off. Oh, McKinley, I believe in you. Right on. Should probably leave those two off so that they do this one first. Let's see what they do. They're gonna be smart enough to do the inside one? No, you're gonna go in and work on pipes that I don't have a high priority on. Cancel this one, because they can reach this one from outside even if they do this one first. I need this one here to seal this so that I can open this and let the steam flow all the way down. And I need it here and this one here to block this supercoolant from flowing down when I remove this one. Seem to be running a little choppy today. Of course, I have been running this thing all afternoon, letting it do its thing. Oh, of course you did that. No brain. Trapped himself inside. What are you waiting for? You can get out. Why are you standing there like a dodo? Okay, so the steam is moving down. These three here, I need to do it a high priority so I can build the rest. Oh, I need to put in a couple of steel vents. I can't do the vents until I finish this pipe so that I can redirect the supercoolant. How's our water doing? Up to 54 degrees. So it's coming in at 68, coming out of 54. That's not great. And this is coming in at -7. So really, it's not doing much of anything yet.
Maybe what I'm feeling isn't real and the ceiling is falling as my voice is calling for that feeling again. Watch me try to understand, but I can't possibly know. You make me feel alive. You make my lungs feel right.
Okay, we're getting there. They're finishing up my pipes. So what I need to do is once these pipes are done, I can redirect the supercoolant to go up this way and around, because these two pipes are going to be used for venting water like this side, which means we'll be able to pull more steam out, which means this should run more efficiently. I might put in another aqua tuner. One, two, three, four, 5 more pipes to go.
Take me back to the days, holding hands and laughing the nights away. Will things ever be the same? I was your man and I wanted back that way. Chasing our dreams for what it would seem. A family, 2 kids in a house by the sea. Those were the days, how fast they would change. Now I'm standing here wishing back to that way. What we've got is hard to find. Without you, girl, I'm paralyzed.
I don't know how this music is bass, but it's okay.
I won't give up, I can't deny that you come back. I'm giving you time, trying so hard to not say goodbye. She's gone and you've left your shadows behind. Something else. Why can't we work this out? 'Cause you make me feel love is for real when I've got you by my side. And I can't forget the day that we met. I want you to realize what we've got is hard to find. Without you, girl, I'm paralyzed. I want you back here, you and I won't give up, I can't deny that you'll come back. I'm giving you time, trying so hard to not say goodbye. She's gone and you've left your shadows behind.
Almost.
to the days, holding hands and laughing the nights away. Will things ever
I'm checking something out. Oh.
I was a man and I wanted back that way. Chasing our dreams for what it would
I feel like I need to redesign this Atmos suit system because I think they drop their suits and then they don't get put back on the rack. And then I have people that are not able to go out and do things because they don't have a suit. But it could be my imagination. But either way, I want to redesign that base system sometime soon anyway. Why are you making that when I put this a higher priority? I don't understand. Of course, now I had an autosave, which is going to be in. But that's okay. Garfield, current errand. Come on, Garfield, where you at? Why are you going the long way around? Going all the way there to get to here. Could have just come through the transit system. I guess that's because there's no pipe that connects over this way. I should probably add one. So he's getting gold from here, which means he goes in here, comes down here, because walking down around here is faster. If I connected this transit line all the way across and then hooked it up to here, he wouldn't do that. I can do that while I'm real quick here. Actually, let's do it like this. I want to go up. I'll go across this way. Oh, of course you can't do that. Of course not. Why could my life be easy? No, 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 no. That's the wrong deconstruct. Deconstruct the ladder. Transit tube crossing. Alright, well that's gone. Good. This pipe finished. This one gets cut off. And this one gets cut off. Cool. So now it flows the whole way around here, down into here. This can get cut off. This can get cut off. Then we go to plumbing. Put in another steel vent. Steel. Okay, back up here. Okay, once that is connected, they'll be able to fly down here, bloop, and pop out right here, or continue going this way and pop out there. Right? Maybe. We may have to do some work on this to change that once it's in place. Because that might not want to do that corner. We'll see. Set this to high priority. Oh, it's already all set to high priority. Well, darn it. But now this transit tube will go in a loop the whole way around the base. So it'll be the fastest way for them to get anywhere. Because it goes all the way up here. Then it goes across the top. Then it comes back down. Then it comes over here and down. There we go. Back to where we started. Concerned that this is going to be an issue. Steam turbine. Steel, plastic. So this one goes like this. Perfection. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Oh, you bugger. Cancel. I did mess up here, but not the way I thought I did. I did count right. I just put this pipe in the wrong spot. So let's... This needs to go down one more. And this needs to go like this. I need to turn this into insulated pipes. I need one piece of ceramic. I need this right here. Deconstruct this and this. I need to deconstruct this. And this should be like that. And this can't connect here yet.
Until someone take you to the top so you'll become everything that you've been dreaming of.
Okay, so if I connect this like this to there, that'll work, but this is not right. Can I bring this down? No, can't turn here. Can't you turn? To you, I might drive back down to Georgia and wait there for you. I seen the fame, baby, they can have it. It ain't got nothing on you. Now I'm stuck in California with dreams that came true. I know I put this a couple blocks down.
get to you. Took away my insecurities, placed it with a bottle of Hennessy. Baby, I think that they all remember me. Mine ain't the same
Oh no,
anymore.
I can't do that.
On this hotel floor,
Cancel.
how could I have gotten this far? Ooh.
Deconstruct this.
All this glamour, Grammy parties, and
They can still get in here because they can come from the other side, so we're fine.
I never got on that place. Now I'm stuck in California, just trying to get to you. I might drive back down to Georgia and wait there for you. Cause I seen the fame, baby, they can have it. It ain't got nothing on you. Now I'm stuck in California with dreams that came true. Ooh. Now I'm stuck in California, and it leads me back to you. It leads me back to you. Now I'm stuck in California, trying to get to you. Now I'm stuck in California, and it leads me back to you.
Oh no, that's right. This and this needs to be gold.
I'm just trying to get to you.
Okay, so now this is done, so we'll disconnect it here. Let it flow a couple ticks. Let me, what was this? This will come like this, this will come like this. This will go like this, this will go like this, and this will go like this. So then, cut off this, we cut off this, we cut off this. And then we cut off this. This can be deconstructed. So this, I deleted that because I need to put in temporary block here. That'll work. This can be deconstructed. And we'll remove this and this. It'll be a little funky here, but it'll be fine. It'll do its job. Wait a minute, I did that wrong. Very good. And then this block can be deleted when you're done filling out. Okay, so once this is finished, you'll be able to travel through here and come out here, or go around here and go up there. Like I said, it's a little funky, but it'll do its job. And that's what matters. Okay, so as soon as this is hooked up, we'll be able to disconnect this stuff because power here will be good. That's a little bit of stuff to do.
These manic thoughts won't go away. I hope you're thinking and feel the same. Your silhouette, it dissipates into the ceiling. I'm wide awake. Under the starlight replay the memories that we made. I see the shape of your face. I don't wanna fade, don't wanna turn
Okay, so I have power coming this way, which means I can cut this line here. And this will still be running. I need this to go. I need this to go. This can go all the way to there. No power wire connect. Alright, so that all needs to be higher priority. It's good, it's going. It's all getting done. Steel, plastic. So I wouldn't have needed to run this line. Could have just used this one. But that's why I couldn't build this here, because that was there. So it's fine, it's whatever. Okay, so one thing I gotta change is this. This should go like this. Just so I can maximize the space that it gets cooled. This one's running now. It's helping to cool down some of the steam. Definitely was the right call adding in more steam turbines because we were getting up to 200 degrees. Eventually it would have stopped working entirely. Once we get 4 in there, we'll see how it does. Might still be too much heat. But I don't want this to get to 225, and then it'll break.
I don't need your good advice. I don't need you by my side. I just need me and myself tonight. I don't make me look like a fool. Don't tell me what to do. I just wanna spend the night on my own. I don't need a man holds my hand, but trying to hold me down when I say things that he can't stand. I don't need a man, no. I don't need a man to be.
So we're learning because I still have those small wires there that are being replaced. Two more wires there to replace, and then we'll be ready to connect this one to the power grid as well.
Want me on my knees, begging, baby, please. But you know that I'm not that weak.
Okay. Alright, cool. So now that all 4 of them are running, you can see the temperature here is dropping pretty quick. Let's go to the far corner because that's where you'll see the highest temperature change. right, good. Steam temperature's going down because we're pulling it out faster, which means that we should be able to get, since we're getting more this cooler, more cool, we'll be able to get this cooler. 75.4. What we want to see is that number going down. Definitely not up. Still went up half a point, tenth of a degree. All right, let's let this run for a little bit and see what happens. We're cooling the steam down. This was at 190. It's down to 176. So we'll see what happens with that. What's the temperature like in here? 65. Definitely need to be cooler. I hope I don't need more coolant than that to cool down all that water, but we might. We're not deleting that much heat. I mean, it's going from steam down to what we want. Right now we're only deleting 30 degrees and it's requiring 4 of these to do it. Just doesn't seem right. Look at it this way. This is coming out of here. It is 75 degrees. Going back in, it is 76.4. So we're gaining a degree over the course of that span. But I think part of that is that these steam turbines were getting really hot because the steam was super hot. So once we get this under control, it might fix its problem. I think I'm gonna save here, and we'll let it run and see what happens. But we've already put 300 cycles into this boiler. Better work. But it's almost 2 o'clock. It's been a short stream, but I'm gonna wrap this up and head to bed because I'm there. And I have other things I still need to do before bed. Tomorrow I'm gonna be streaming, but it won't be till after I'm done work, which means 4:30. I'm gonna stream the rest of my rocket attempt on my other Oxygen Not Included world for my 100 sub special. And hopefully we make it 2 rockets. But for now, we're gonna let this run, see what happens. Hopefully things don't explode on us. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
just a